What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Carniballer, Icardi 91, and it's coming up next. So in today's video we are looking at Carniballer 91 rated Icardi. Looking at his price at the minute, it's what, the morning of the Carniballer's release, so 207k on the Xbox, 214 on the PlayStation at the minute. Probably could see him dropping over the lightning rounds over the next few days, but there's some really nice stats in this. I really think that they've gone up and beyond with these promos, and this may not be the greatest one in the world, but there is some really nice players to put into your squad, and I think there is some very usable players as well. So Icardi was one of them that I thought, you know what? Looking at his stats, actually, he looks very, very nice. So he was my next one that I wanted to do. There's plenty I'm going to do. I've enjoyed every comment that people have done. So smash that like button for all of these. I'm going to try and get every single one of them done. The only one that I'm struggling with is Neymar, just for the sheer price of him. So I'll see what happens, but he's got a lot of cards. So we'll go with this anyway. So basic information on Icardi. He's a 3-star skiller with a 4-star weak foot. He is right-footed at 5'11" with a medium attacking work rate and a low defensive work rate. So overall on the information there, height, foot, really okay. Defensive work rate, don't really need it. Medium attacking work rate, again, custom tactics will sort that out. I think it doesn't have too much of an impact on this card. The 3-star skiller isn't the greatest in the world, but to be honest, I think he makes up for that with his shooting. I think he's very, very good with a very nice shot, I must admit. But that is what it is. 4-star weak foot, can't complain at that. Obviously, the 5 is better, but I don't downgrade anyone if they've got at least 4, because that's decent in my opinion. So pace-wise, isn't the fastest in the world, but to be honest, 82 at the minute is doing all right. I think with this game, it's very much a passing game, so that's where my element normally stands. I don't need necessarily overtly massive pace on these cards, especially if you kind of surround him with players that are a little bit faster than him. So I think he definitely comes up there. So 82 pace. We then have 84 dribbling, which has 2 highlighted stats for me. It is the 93 reactions and the 90 composure, which I think really help this card. Is dribbling overall isn't terrible. I think it's very much average in my opinion. So if you were to put a chem style on him with, say, pace and dribbling, I think someone told me what that was, and I can't remember for the life of me. I think it's Hawk. No, it's not Hawk, is it? No, that's physical and shooting. What is it Sniper? Sniper would do alright actually. Dribbling and shooting to the shooting, just because it's already 90. I'm just trying to figure out. Well, you've got Engine, to be honest, looks quite a good one. If you don't want to increase his shooting, which to be honest is already pretty good, Engine will give you 86 pace overall, 72 pace, and it'll give you 91 dribbling. So that's a nice little chem style there. If you wanted to go all out on this card and go for, say, a Hunter, like most probably will, because they want his pace a little bit more deadly, he'll have 91 pace and 94 shooting. So looking at his shooting overall, 97 positioning, 96 finishing, 90 volleys, 88 shot power, and 86 penalties. Not very good at the long shots with 74, so for me, he's kind of a player that really is either outside the box or inside the box. I don't really need him much further outside the box than possibly literally just, like, say, a couple of meters outside it. I think realistically that is where his game is, and I think the biggest thing for this card for me is he's got the very nice shooting, but he's got 99 jumping and 99 heading accuracy. The very first goal he scored for me was a looping header that, in my opinion, the keeper did fuck up, but it's the power that he puts behind his headers. He's very, very good at jumping. At only 5'11", I still think he contests for them, and that's really, really good. That stat for me blew me when I saw it. I thought, you know what, I'm going to have some fun with this card. Definitely when it's coming to crossing and stuff like that, if you've got some nice wingers, if you play with wingers, they will get the ball into him, and as long as it's in an area where he can get for, he's going to smash it. And I think that's something that I really, really like with this card. It's something different. The 99s are incredible there. Looking at a few of the other kind of stats that stand out for me, 83 strength isn't bad at all. 79 stamina, again for a striker, is perfectly fine. 80 short pass, so that's good for his short game. The passing overall isn't incredible, I will say that. I'd probably say that's its weakest stat. Obviously defending's in there, but that don't count. So passing for me is his weakest attribute, and that's something that really let him down a little bit. But I think he made up for it. For a standout striker, I think realistically, you want him just scoring goals. Passing is a good part of the game for me, so it did affect my kind of gameplay with him a little bit, but you get them through balls onto him, you get the 1-2s, like I said, you keep playing that passing game. He is good at short pass, so I think that is where you kind of you use this card to what his stats are. Personally, I like to look at the stats before playing with him, see where I think he's going to be, and then try and play with him in that element that you think, oh wait, so his passing isn't great, his pace is okay, shooting is phenomenal, so you want to take as many shots with him as possible, and then you want to get the ball in the air to him. So that's personally my opinion on how you play with this card. Chem styles, you've got a lot of options. Obviously his shooting isn't 99, and everything else isn't quite there, but you could add the Hunter card to overdo the pace and the shooting. You've got the Engine, like I said, for the pace, dribbling and passing. That adds a little bit more of a well-rounded game to him. And you've got plenty of options. You could go with just dribbling and shooting, or just passing and pace, go for the Catalyst. And that adds that little bit more to him. So my overall opinion on him, thought he was actually a really, really nice card. 91 striker is fantastic, and for the price that you're paying, I think he's probably worth the coins. Maybe if he dropped a little bit more, I'd probably say around about the 170 to the 180k mark, and I'd be really happy with this card to buy, especially for a 91 striker that is it could probably last you easily till team of the season, depending on what they bring out. But overall rating for him, giving him a solid 8.9. I thought he was fantastic. There was a few things that let him down. The passing, skill moves is a downgrade for me. Obviously, I don't think it is necessary, but it's always nice as an option to have another way to get round defenders. Obviously, he does have the basic skills, so there is elements for skilling with him, but the real way to kind of unlock that skill mode for me for getting this card around players very easily would be to have 4 or 5 skill moves. So it is a little bit of a downgrade there, but I still think this card is fantastic, and I would recommend going to get him. He went from an 87 gold rare to he's got an 88 in form as well as a UCL, but this is a really nice upgrade for him, so I would recommend going to get him. So let me know what you think of him. Have you used him yet, or are you looking at using him? I will look at immobile as well, because I know he's a 91 striker as well in the Serie A, so wait for that one to come out as well, just to see the comparison, and I'll do a little bit of a comparison between them. But yeah, try them out, let me know, and I'll get immobile out for you as soon as possible. Make sure you like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe for more content. I'm going to be bringing out all these Carnibals hopefully by Monday. All of them should be out, and I'll see you all again next time. Yeah, let's go. Peace.